My guess is that you've probably heard it before. People talking about needing to break down requirements into smaller pieces. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you should even care about small requirements. Here's an overview of what we're going to cover in this video. Today we're talking about size, specifically why small requirements beat big requirements almost every time. This might seem obvious, but most teams I work with struggle with this. Their requirements are way too big, and it's causing problems they don't even realize. I'm going to give you 7 distinct reasons why small requirements win. Not just it's faster. There are real specific benefits that affect your team, your stakeholders, and your ability to deliver. And we'll talk about how to think about size. What's small enough? When do you know you've broken something down far enough? You could eat an apple in one bite if you really wanted to. Technically possible, but it would be difficult, uncomfortable, and you might choke to death in the process. Or you could eat it in manageable bites. Easier, less risk. Same apple gets eaten either way. That's the difference between big requirements and small requirements. You're doing the same work, you're just not choking on it. All right, let's go through the 7 reasons. Each one is a distinct benefit, and they compound on each other. Reason 1, don't choke. This is about delivery risk. Reason 2, find out fast. This is about feedback risk. Reason 3, flow faster. This is about cycle time and throughput. Reason 4, stay flexible. This is about your ability to adapt. Reason 5, gifts for stakeholders. This is about relationships and trust. Reason 6, wins for the team. This is about motivation and morale. And reason 7, see trouble early. This is about visibility and risk management. Let's dig into each one. First reason, don't choke. This is about delivery risk. Big requirements are dangerous. The team bites off something huge, struggles with it for an iteration, or 3, and then what happens? Option 1, they deliver something half-baked at the end. It kind of works, but there are rough edges, missing pieces, things that didn't quite get finished. Option 2, they deliver nothing. The whole thing carries over to next iteration, and probably the one after that. Option 3, they say it's done, but it's full of defects and surprises. It worked in demo, but production is a different story. Small bites, steady progress, no choking. That's the goal. Second reason, find out fast. This is about feedback risk. I'm going to tell you the worst thing ever in software development. Are you ready? The worst thing ever is when you or your team goes off and works on something for weeks and weeks and weeks, only to find out it's totally wrong once you actually show it to someone and get their feedback. Every day you work without feedback is a day you might be digging in the wrong direction. Small requirements force frequent check-ins with reality. The cost of being wrong scales with how long you were wrong. 2 days wrong? That's an easy fix. You might not be super happy about it, but at least you caught it early. 2 weeks worth of wrong? Ouch. 2 months of wrong? That's a disaster. Small requirements mean you'll still be wrong sometimes, but you'll find out in days, not weeks. Third reason, flow faster. Remember Little's Law from a couple videos back? It might have even been the first video. Big requirements mean high work in progress. If something takes 3 weeks, it's sitting in your work in progress column for 3 weeks. High work in progress means long cycle times. Everything takes longer. The math is unforgiving. Long cycle times mean slow feedback. And we just talked about why that's dangerous. Small requirements mean low or lower work in progress counts, short cycle times, fast feedback, less risk. It's not just a preference, it's the physics of work. Fourth reason, stay flexible. This is about adaptation. Reality changes. The market changes. Stakeholders change their minds. You learn something new. If your requirements are huge, you're locked in. When you're 3 weeks into a 4-week requirement and something changes, what do? Throw it all away, keep going, even though it's wrong. Neither option is great. But if your requirements are small, 2 to 3 days each, you can pivot. You finish what you're on, then adjust. Maximum flexibility with minimum waste. Small requirements let you change direction without crashing. You're steering a speedboat, not an oil tanker. Fifth reason, gifts for stakeholders. This one's about relationships. Stakeholders need to see progress, not we're working on it, actual, demonstrable, done work. If you go weeks without showing them anything, they get anxious, they start micromanaging, they lose trust. Not because they're bad people, because they're in the dark. Small requirements mean frequent completions. Every few days, you have something to show, something to demo, something that proves you're moving forward. Each completed requirement is a gift. It's evidence that you're delivering. Trust grows with visible progress, not with promises. Sixth reason, wins for the team. This is about motivation. Completion feels good, and I don't mean that in a soft, hand-wavy way. I mean it's neurochemistry. Finishing something triggers a dopamine response. That's why checking things off a list feels satisfying. If your requirements are so big that the team goes weeks without completing anything, you're starving them of wins. Morale drops. The work starts to feel like a slog. Small requirements mean frequent completions. A team that finishes things regularly feels like they're making progress. They stay motivated. Momentum is real. A team that's been finishing things has energy. A team that's been grinding on one big thing for a month is exhausted. Same amount of work, different experience. Seventh reason, see trouble early. This is about visibility. With big requirements, trouble hides. The team says, we're working on it for days and days. Everyone assumes things are fine. Then suddenly, crisis. We're not going to make it. I've seen this so many times. Oh, this is supposed to take a few weeks. And then 9 days in, you discover you're in trouble. And this isn't going to be done tomorrow, or next week, or the week after that. With small requirements, trouble surfaces immediately. If something was supposed to take 2 days and it's day 3 with no end in sight, you know now. Not in 9 days, you know now. Small requirements turn your list into an early warning system. Problems become visible while there's still time to do something about them. Let me make this concrete with some numbers. If your requirement is sized for 3 weeks, you probably won't know you're in trouble until day 12 or 15. At that point, you're scrambling, options are limited, but if your requirement is sized for 2 to 3 days, you know by day 2 or 3, plenty of time to swarm on it, get help, or adjust expectations. Same trouble, completely different ability to respond. Let's put all 7 reasons together. Don't choke prevents half-finished work, and crunch. Find out fast prevents building the wrong thing. Flow faster prevents slow throughput. Stay flexible prevents being locked in. Gifts for stakeholders prevents erosion of trust. Wins for the team prevents burnout. See trouble early prevents late surprises. 7 distinct benefits. And they all compound on each other. Now, when you start pushing for smaller requirements, someone's going to push back. Here's how to handle it. When someone asks, why are you so obsessed with small requirements? Flip it. Ask them, what's the advantage of big requirements? There basically isn't one. Big requirements feel more substantial. They feel like real work. But that's an illusion. In practice, big requirements hide risk, delay feedback, starve teams of wins, erode stakeholder trust, and make problems invisible until it's too late. The only reason people default to big requirements is that splitting takes skill and effort. It's easier to leave something big than to figure out how to break it down. So how do you know when something's small enough? Here are my rules of thumb. First, can it be finished in one iteration? If you're working in iterations, a requirement should be doable to done, completely done, within that iteration. If it can't, it's too big. Second, does your team have high confidence in the estimate? If they're shrugging and saying, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, that's a sign it's too big or too vague to estimate well. Third, can you imagine demonstrating it in one sitting? If showing the completed work would take an hour of explanation, it's probably too big. And fourth, if it goes sideways, will you know in 2 to 3 days rather than 2 to 3 weeks? That's your early warning threshold. All right, let's wrap this up. Small requirements aren't about doing less work. It's the same apple. You're just eating it in manageable bites instead of choking on it. There are 7 distinct benefits to small requirements, and they compound on each other. It's not just about speed, it's about risk, feedback, flexibility, trust, motivation, and visibility. Big requirements hide problems. Small requirements surface them while there's still time to respond. And breaking things down is a skill. It takes practice, but it's one of the most valuable skills you can develop for managing technical work. In the next video, we'll talk about the hierarchy, features, requirements, and things that never end. Understanding this structure helps you know what to split and what to leave alone. See you there.